Welcome everyone. In this tutorial, I will tell you how to convert an Excel sheet into an interactive dashboard in Python Streamlit. So I have this Excel sheet with the name GE 2018 results.xls, which is actually results of the general election 2018 in Pakistan, and it has a number of columns. This The sheet has 12 columns with the name district, description, constituency, candidate, party, votes obtained by candidate, valid votes, rejected votes, total registered votes, and turnout. Now, if we go to the end of the sheet, there are about 3,427 records in this sheet, and we will convert this sheet into an interactive app, which is this one. So this is our final application that we are going to develop from the Excel sheet. So let's start. I will start coding in VS Code. I will open VS Code, and then I will open a folder. Let me name this folder as Excel to dashboard. This is the name of my folder. Now I'll open the terminal. Now the first thing that I need to do is to install the virtual environment. I will say Python -m venv. It will create a virtual environment for me. Now when the virtual environment is created, I need to activate it. So I will activate the virtual environment. Now the next thing is that I need to install certain libraries. Before installing any libraries, let me create a new file, a new Python file. I will say app.py to check whether it is working or not. So I will say print Excel to dashboard. Let me run it. Python app.py. So it's working. Now for the app I'm developing, I need certain libraries. I need to install that libraries. So you need to install the libraries using the pip command. I'll say pip install Streamlit, Pandas, Plotly for plotting charts, Altair, Matplot, lib, and NumPy. And I will also need another library, that is the ST social media links. So these are the libraries that you need to install for writing the dashboard app. It will take some time to install all these libraries. I will pause my video for a while. Now that all the libraries have been installed, let me check whether the Streamlit is working or not. I will say import Streamlit as st. Sorry. st.write. I will run the Streamlit by the command Streamlit run app.py. So it's working. As a next step, I will copy the Excel file to my folder. Here is Excel to dashboard, and here I will put my Excel sheet. So the Excel sheet is here. Now the next thing is to read this Excel sheet in Python. So I will import pandas as PD, and the sorry, I also need another library, and that is the OpenPyXL. So I need to install pip install OpenPyXL. Now I will read this Excel sheet in my Python program. So the command for that is I will say I will initiate a variable df, and I'll use the command pd dot read Excel, and I will give name of the file as io is equal to name of the file, and name of the file is ge 2018 underscore results dot xlsx. The next argument is the engine, and that is the OpenPyXL. The third argument is the sheet name, because this Excel file can have many sheets. Now, if I open the sheet name is GE 2018 results. This is the sheet name. So I will say GE 2018 underscore results. And then I need to mention the columns. So I will say use columns. Use columns is equal to from A to L. If you see this from A to L, these are the columns that I'm going to use. And the next thing is the number of rows. I will say n rows is equal to, let me check how many rows, 3,429 rows. 3,403 to 429 rows. So this is how I will read the Excel sheet. Now, if I run the Streamlit, it is giving me no errors, meaning that this code is run successfully. Now, if I want to display the data frame on the screen, I will issue the command st.dataframe. Let me check. If I say always rerun, now this is the data frame which is displayed. So the Excel sheet over here, it is now displayed in the Streamlit. That's good. Now, in order to avoid loading data again and again, I will use a function and use the cache. So I will enclose this code in a function that is the load data. I will enclose it in a function and I will return the df and will instantiate another variable df is equal to load data. To avoid loading again and again, I will use the st.cache data. It will have no effect on my app if I see here. Now, let me change the title. This is the general elections 2018. So I will say, instead of this, I will say title. Let me make the code and browser side by side to see the effects. Now, I think it will be now more convenient. Now the next thing is that we need this sidebar over here. So for that I will write the code. Let me remove this, and that is with st.sidebar. We have two options, by district and by constituency. The key is visibility and horizontal is true. It is horizontal. Now if I save it and check it, it is here. So I have these two options. Now if you go to the app, the next thing is that if I select the by district, list of districts is selected, and this list is taken from the Excel sheet from the districts column over here. This is the column, and from this column this data is picked. Now let me write the code for it. So here I'm saying if filter selection is equal to by district, means if this is selected, then I have a variable district options with list of the districts taken from the data frame. If you see over here, we have data frame, and from the data frame, I'm taking the district column. And when I say unique, it will take the unique values. And then from the, sorry, I will use the select box with select district on the top over here. Now, if I save it, I go to the app, I get this list. The next thing is the constituency. Now, if you see over here, I have also the all option over here. Now, in my app, I don't have the all option. How to add it? I will just add all over here, all plus, and then the list of the values. So when I select, sorry, there is an error. Let me check. Options only str and not list. Let me check the. Oh, I need to convert this into a list. This should not be a string, but rather a list. We have two lists. This is a list one, which has only one item, and we have another list. So we have all option over here. Now for the constituency, I will repeat the same option for the constituency as well. If filter selection is equal to constituency, then we need the drop down over here. So we have the same options for the constituency. Now, if I come to the constituency, the list of constituency will be taken from this list. So far we have completed only the sidebar portion for the app. Now, if you see the app over here, we have different tabs over here. So I need to create these tabs in my app. Here I will create the tabs. Now, for that I will write the code now. But before that, I need the title, this one. So I will say st dot title. Let me just give it a title like this. And if I want to change the color, I will have a formatted string with I will give colon blue to make it a blue color and enclose it in the braces so it is with a blue color. Now beneath this I need the tabs, so let me give it the tab name as tab, for example, overall, comma, tab contesting. Let me add these two tabs and then I will say st dot tabs and it will be actually a list. So the first option is the, I will say overall summary, and the next option is contesting candidates. Let me check it. So we have two tabs over here now. This is the first tab and this is the other tab. Let me add other tabs as well. This is now the complete code over here. I have used the columns for this purpose. I have now three columns. If you see the code over here, this is column 1, then we have column 2, and then we have column 3. Now we are done with the first tab. The next thing is that we need to have the list of contesting candidates, which is displayed, and which is very simple. I will just display the data frame in the second tab. So if I come to over here, I need a data frame over here. Now let me write the code for that. I will say with the tab contesting. Now, first of all, I need to have this df list of contesting candidates. Now let me, sorry, before going to the next tab, I need to apply the filters. I need to apply these. This is my original app. This is my target app. And if you go to the overall summary, this is the summary for all over Pakistan. And if I select any, for example, any district, I need the registered voters and valid votes and turnout for filtered for that particular district. For example, this is Swat. I need to filter this for the Swat. So I need to apply this filtration in my app. This is my app, and I will apply the filter on this. Now let me write the code for filtering. So here I will write the code for the district when the district is selected. Let me add first of all some data frames over here. I will add two data frames, that is df list of contesting candidates and list of returned candidates. The list of contesting candidates will be all candidates from the df, so it will be the same. And the returned candidates are the candidates with valid votes is not equal to 0. So if you come over here, these are the return candidates. For example, this one is the return candidates with valid votes. This is the valid votes column, and this is not equal to 0. So for these are the return candidates. I need to return these. I also have a variable that is the number of records, which takes the number of records from the data frame. Now, in order to apply the filter for the district, I will write the code over here. Over here, if I select the if districts, let me indent it properly. That if all the districts are selected, from the district this all option is selected, then the title is Pakistan because it is the data is for the entire country. We load the data and the return candidates are the one with valid votes, and the list of candidates is also from this data frame. But if a district is selected, then I need to apply the filter. And here is where I apply the filter. So if I rerun the app, now you see these are the registered voters are 104 million. But if I select any, let me enlarge the screen. Now this is changed. You see, for the now this is changed for every district. So this is how I apply the filters. Now let me come to the contesting candidates. And sorry, let me apply the filter for the constituency as well. So same thing I will apply for the constituency as well. Here is the constituency, and here I will apply the I select the constituency, then it is for the selected for the constituency. So if a constituency is selected, data for that constituency is filtered. Okay. Now, the next thing is to place the contesting candidates in this tab. So I will say with tab contesting, I will take the records, and this is the number of records in the contesting candidates, and then I need two columns, column 1 and column 2. In column 1, I will put the subheader, and in the column 2, I will put the number of records, and then at the end, I will display the data frame. So if I run it, I will get the contesting candidates over here. So this is for all Pakistan. So these are the total number of records, and these are the total number of contesting candidates. Similarly, I can write the code for the successful candidates. So these are the successful candidates. Now the next thing is I want the graph over here. If I go to my original app, I need to have this pie chart for the top 10 parties. I want to have it over here. So here is the code. It is giving me an error on the px. I need to import. I need to import plotly.express as px. If I come to the end, if I rerun the code, this is the code for displaying the parties. So here it is. Now how this is displayed, how this pie chart is displayed, the first thing is that I need a subheader over here. Then I have a data frame with party 01, which groups the party and the votes. So these are the two columns. If you see over here, we have a party over here, and we have the votes over here. So this column comes over here, and the votes columns come over here. And then we need to sort the values by descending order. And we need only the top 10. So it will sum up and it will sort the values in descending order, and will take only the top 10 values. These two statements seems to be unnecessary over here. Now the next thing is to draw the chart. So I will say a figure, which is a pie chart, and it takes the data frame as the df top 10. So the first argument is the data frame. The values are taken from this column, and the names are taken from the other column, and the whole is the whole inside the chart. Then for having the percent and values both displayed on the chart, I will say percent and value. This is for this particular value. This is the percent, and this is the value. This is what I have mentioned over here. Now the next thing is, let me reduce it. You can also control the covers and the text font size over here. And over here, I am just displaying the chart. So I say st.plotly chart, and it will take this figure and use container width is equal to true. So it will take the whole width. So it will display this particular chart, this statement. Now beneath the chart, I also want to have my data frame. So I will say st dot data frame. So this is how I will display the party position in this particular tab. Now the next thing is I want is to have the last one, and that is the seats won by each political party. Let me check it for the entire Pakistan. I want this chart to be displayed in my app over here. The code is very similar to the one that I just wrote. Now let me write the code for this as well. Here is the code for the it. Now there is very slight change over here. We have the party and the constituency, and over here we are just counting. We are not taking any sum. So if I rerun the code, this is the party position by votes, and here I have the party position by the seats. We also have a last column as about. There is no tab, and this is the about. Now let me add the tab as well for this. Now if you see over here, we have app over here and an icon, the Streamlit icon, and we have a different option over here in the title. Now how can we change this? I will go to the top and I will say page config. It will be general elections, and if I want to have my own image, I will put it in the images folder. So let me create another folder, that is the let me create one here. Let me put the icon in the folder. Let me copy this icon. I want to display this icon. So here we have this icon. Now if I rerun the code, let me check it. You see, we have changed the title over here and also the icon as well. Now if I come over here, we have an about tab in our app. Now let me put all these things over here, that is developed by, and these social links, and then embed my YouTube video. The code for that is I will come down to my app and with tab about, I will write the code here. I need to import the social media links from ST social media links, import social media icons, and if I come to the bottom, I will say a subheader developed by headerly, and then I will add the social links. So these are the links to my accounts, my X, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube accounts. I will create the social media icons, and then by this statement, when I say social media icons dot render, these icons will be rendered on the Streamlit. So these are rendered over here, and this is the video. So that's it. This is our final product. This is my code. Now if you see what we have done in this code, that we have an Excel sheet with 12 columns, and we have converted this Excel sheet into a full-fledged dashboard like this. Okay, this is our dashboard, and this is the code. All these code and links to the GitHub are given in the description. Hope you have find this useful app as a developer. Thank you very much for watching the video.